Today we are going to talk about another cruise line cutting back on the service that they are offering to guests on board. We've also got updates on what's going on with passengers missing their cruises because of flight delays. Huge news on that, especially with the Diamond Princess. We're going to talk about a cruise line that is hopefully coming back, that the people were very loyal to. The guests that sailed with this cruise line were so loyal, and it looks like she's coming back. So this is thrilling news. And also with the introduction of MSC's newest ship in Brazil, our world where we can cruise just got even bigger. We've got lots of updates to talk about today. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is, it's Thursday, December 29th of 2022, and I always tell you the days so you can kind of know where we were when, so that you know, but a lot of information is timeless. It's very important to know a lot of things when you cruise, and so I just wanted to let you know that. So first of all, I want to talk to you about the Diamond Princess and a report that I received from a Let's Go family member who is currently on the Diamond Princess. So the Diamond Princess, if you didn't know, is sailing out of San Diego right now, visiting the Mexican Riviera, and their first port on their voyage was in Cabo San Lucas. Rumor has it, and she said, rumor has it on board the ship that there are 500 people. 500 who missed the sail away, the embarkation, due to their flights being delayed, and they will be joining the ship in Cabo San Lucas. Oh my goodness, I am really looking forward to hearing more from any of you who are on board the Diamond Princess. Let us know if that's true. If you truly had lots of people join the ship. Now, I hope that everyone's luggage comes with them. I had that thought because usually when you have delayed flights and you have to rebook or whatever happens, then you've got the luggage delays that go with it. So this is really something I am looking forward to hearing from everyone on that ship, if you can share what's going on, as well as any of you who have missed your flights, what you're doing about it, your flight that you needed to in order to be able to get to your cruise, or if you're on a cruise ship and have news to report on people who missed, because this is really valuable to us. Yesterday when I talked about the flight delays, what's going on with Southwest and everything, and a Let's Go family member said, hey, if you book with Princess Easy Air, you get there late and they're going to take you to the first port, but the first port is not, they said 5 days in, until 5 days in on your cruise. Are they going to cover the hotels for all of those nights? Based on what I can find, I think they are, because part of the guarantee that they give you is that they will get you to the ship. Okay? If it requires a flight, they'll fly you. If it's a bus ride, they'll take it, whatever it is that is required, they'll get you to the ship. And it seems to me, and based on what I've heard, I think those hotel stays would be included. So let us know if you have experience with that, because firsthand experience is always so very valuable. Another thing, yesterday I talked about what's going on with the Ruby Princess and water and all of these things happening. I want to say right now, and if I probably should have made it more clear yesterday, I understand that on any cruise ship, leaks can happen, things can happen with, with water, with anything unexpected. I know that we all get a little bit concerned when it seems to happen over and over and over again on the same ship, but I would like to add that I am really pleased that they were moved, expeditiously to a new cabin. They didn't have to request that, and so I think that that's worth a lot, that they were well taken care of. Now we've got another Let's Go family member, and they put this in the comments, but I thought it was important enough, and I know that not everyone here reads the comments, so briefly, I wanted to let you know that they are on the Ruby Princess and that they overall are having a really great cruise. And one thing that I thought was really important, and this is highlighted the other day when I shared with you our Let's Go family members' experience with dining, which was really different than my experience with dining, and we were on the same cruise on the Celebrity Reflection. They had very slow service, and my service seemed to move along just fine in the dining room. And so sometimes you just get slow waiters, or people or waiters that are in training, or who have unexpected things happen. So it can vary a lot across the same cruise, is what I want to say. But these people, they said that they are enjoying the main dining room a lot, that their waiter, starting on the third night, remembered that every evening her husband likes coffee, so they remember to do that. I agree that that's very special. She also said that during the sailing, they are getting, and mind you, it's a longer voyage. It's not 7 days. They are getting lobster twice. I think it's a 14-night that they're on. I could be mistaken, but they are getting lobster twice. She pointed that out as something that, that's generous, or happy, however you want to put it. But it's a good sign, I would say. The last thing that I thought was really important that she pointed out is that she notices that they're cleaning the ship all of the time, taking really good care of it, which I don't think that's new with Princess. I have seen that a lot before COVID, as well as since the restart. She did point out that in the buffet area, there is no one there to remind everyone to please use hand sanitizer. So it reminded me that I wanted to let you know that when I was just on the Celebrity Reflection, and I'm not saying, because sometimes on Princess, they do have people sitting there and say, please use this. When I was just on the Celebrity Reflection, they had this little handheld pump thing that they had a crew member standing there as you went into the buffet area, the Ocean View Cafe, and you would just hold out your hand and she would put some in there. And she wasn't obnoxious to people, but she definitely walked up to them and expected them to put their hand out. So I thought that was really nice. I am one of those people that if they had enough people for it, I would really like them to service in the buffet. I don't like everyone touching the spoon, simply because I have seen people wipe their nose with their hand and then pick up the serving spoon, or lick food off, lick their finger and then touch the serving spoon, and that just drives me crazy. I've seen people touch the roll, squeeze the fruit, and that to me is unacceptable when you're in a buffet. It probably is to a lot of you too, but anyway, that's her update from the Ruby. Now, another thing that is huge, you guys, we are seeing price increases. We've talked about it here before. We've had price increases lately on Princess with their Plus package, with their Premier package, they've announced beverage price increases. So I am sure that this is happening we're hearing announcements from different cruise lines, price increases. You go to book a cruise and prices are also up. Alrighty. Now, Norwegian, who we just recently heard were jumping their daily gratuities from $16 to $20 for the least expensive gratuities on board, they have just announced that starting in January, and I'll tell you the dates for each of the ships that they've announced so far, they are going to cut service by their crew members, and they are also going to consolidate some crew responsibilities so that they don't need quite as much staff. So what they have said is that instead of doing that 2 times a day cleaning of your stateroom, which generally, in the morning they always come tidy, do everything that they do in the morning, and then the evening they would come refreshen, the bathroom, straighten everything, and do the turn down service. So they are doing away with that second service of the day. And I thought that it was really interesting that they are doing all of this in the name of sustainability. Let's just call, you can call a cat a dog, but it's still a cat. And I think this is the same thing. The other thing that they are doing, they're calling it sustainability, but it is really saving money. Now, if you want to save money, okay, but call it that is my point. So the other thing that they are going to do are they are going to consolidate the responsibilities of the room steward and the junior room steward into one position. They said they will be doing this over time so that people can finish out the contracts that they have. And I would like to think that hopefully they will be able to make it work enough that if someone is a junior room steward, but they didn't, they want another contract or they want to stay longer or whatever, they would be given the opportunity for another job so that they wouldn't have to lose that. I like to think that would be the case. But so the quote that they said, it positively impacts our commitment to environmental sustainability and keeps the company in alignment with current standard practices in the cruise and hotel industries by promoting conservation of water and energy resources and by reducing the use of chemicals on board our ships. Like I said, I think that taking away the turn down service and just that brief tidy that they do in the evening, and I know it takes time, and you know what, I'm really grateful for it. I would like to add that. It was just so lovely when I was just on the Celebrity Reflection. I just loved it that if I had been on an excursion and been swimming in the ocean and I came back and took a shower, that while I was at dinner, he would come in, put out fresh towels, and do the turn down service. And even if I didn't need new towels or anything, I really very much appreciated that he just kind of spiffied everything up. And so that will be sorely missed, I really do think. And so the first changes are going to happen on January 8th on the Norwegian Epic, and then on the Norwegian Sky, January 13th, and then they are doing it on the Jewel, January 14th, and finally the Breakaway on January 15th. Now, those of you that are new around here, Gordon and I are going to sail on the Norwegian Breakaway out of New Orleans to the Western Caribbean on January 29th. It's a 7-day cruise, and it's the Vloggers cruise, which sounds like it's going to be just like epic. The other day I heard, we follow on the Facebook page because we're going, and Tony said something about like there's over 1,000 cabins, like 1,200, I'm trying to remember. It's well over 1,000 cabins of people who are associated with the Vloggers cruise, so there are going to be so many people. If you think of like, I know there will be some solo travelers, but also there's going to be, if you think of double occupancy, we're going to have close to 2,000 people. That's an awful lot of people. So I'll take you along with us. I'll show you what it's like. We booked this over a year ago. Basically, when we first started doing YouTube and we heard about it, we thought, oh, we should go because we will learn a lot. And so I'm really excited to get to meet a lot of people, and hopefully we will learn a lot that will help us out. So, anyway, so my bottom line is I'm going to tell you what that 1 day of service is like and kind of how they're managing it on that ship. So I was really glad that that ship was included. The other thing, about like a month ago or so, I reported to you, if you missed the video, that the Norwegian Breakaway is already being fitted with Starlink. And so I'm really glad, since there'll be so many people trying to do vlog things, that hopefully the internet will be respectable on that ship. When I was just on the Celebrity Reflection, the Starlink equipment had arrived, and so it is due to be installed at the beginning of January. So the internet on that ship will take a leap. When I was at the convention in November for Dream Vacations that I'm associated with, they had the president and the president and CEO and the chairman of the board for Norwegian. It was on the Norwegian Encore, so I think it was extra special that they came. But they said, we're not making a big flashy announcement about Starlink until all of our ships have it, and then we'll announce that they've all got it. And so Norwegian is quietly working on that as a Celebrity. We knew that Royal Caribbean was already working on that. I am really anxious to hear that Princess will please work on that. They really need to do that. That's and I forgot to tell you, the nice lady that's on the Ruby right now with that I was just telling you, she said that the internet is pretty much useless. She said that even the crew members admit that it's just not what it ought to be. So, hopefully Princess will get it together and start doing that. I hope that they can start to see that if they don't make some changes, they are going to lose some people that will never come back again. When I was just on Celebrity, I was sitting in several people mentioned that they used to go on Princess more. One evening I was sitting in the theater waiting for the show to start, and a couple of rows ahead of me, I heard there was a couple sitting there, and the gentleman said to another couple sitting just down from them, said, we used to do Princess a lot, now we're going to do Celebrity. So I hope, because I really thoroughly enjoy sailing on Princess, I hope that they will pull it together and get themselves on track to be have the position that they used to be. Otherwise, down the road, do you guys think like Holland America and Princess would ever merge? I don't know. Just throwing that out there. I'm wondering what Carnival's doing, because they're making some choices that aren't always the best for their brands. So tell me what you think about that. Now, another thing I wanted to tell you is MSC. They just barely had their inaugural ceremony and everything for the new MSC Seashore, and she is going to be sailing in Brazil, which is just wonderful. And this brings it to is she in number 6? They've got she'll be one of the 5 ships sailing in Brazil for this winter season. Now, you know what? You hear from me a lot about places to go and things to see. And you know what? This opens an even wider world for us, you guys. All of these places that I think we never dreamt that you could get to go on a cruise ship, you can go. We're used to hearing of all the places that we have gone for so long. But this is really opening up a whole new world. And I remember I told you the World Europa, their new ship that they just had not that long ago, she is sailing out of Doha in Dubai. what? Who thought we could go there on a cruise ship and enjoy that experience? So I think MSC is they are clearly trying to grab a larger market share here in the United States, and I think they are doing the same around the world, and I think that they're going to become a really great option. So I thought that was great news. So the other ships that are sailing right now in the Brazilian market for like I said, for the 2022-2023 season, you've got the MSC Seaview, the Preziosa, Preziosa, and also the Fantasia, the Harmonia, and then you add on the Seashore, and they've got 5 ships there. So that's really huge. They are really, really committed to taking cruise passengers all over the world. The last thing that I want to talk to you about today is Crystal Cruises. Now, do you remember when Crystal Cruises, when the holding company went bankrupt, they weren't paying their fuel bills, then they had actually cruise passengers on their ships when this happened, so they ended up in Bimini so that the U.S. Marshals couldn't take the ships because there was a warrant to take the ships to pay those bills. Well, to make a really long story short, the company is putting together, trying to make Crystal Cruises come back again. And about a week or so ago, I let you know that they've got their captains back. And so here's really good news. They are starting a program that they're inviting past guests. And by the way, guests who sailed on Celebrity were very, very loyal to Celebrity. To Crystal. Crystal took excellent care of their passengers. They have remarkable itineraries, very extraordinary cruise experience. The places that you visit and the care and the service that you get, the experience on board, from what I have heard, are second to none. So they are going to allow past guests to do an open deposit program so that you can have first priority on bookings on itineraries for either staterooms or for suites, and they are going to launch all of their itineraries for the foreseeable future in early 2023. So if you have sailed with Crystal before, I think this is a great time to put down just an open deposit, they call it. You just put that down, and then when they release the itineraries, you have the opportunity to book first, which is great because I think that there is really going to be a lot of demand for these sailings. The Serenity and the Symphony are the 2 ships that they're going to be offering right off, and it says that they are going to offer remarkable itineraries to the Mediterranean, Northern Europe, Canada, New England, Alaska, the Caribbean, Panama Canal, the Middle East. There's the Middle East again, you guys. Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. What an opportunity. And it says, in addition, they are going to be announcing their grand journeys, which have been designed to inspire the most seasoned world travelers, along with Crystal's World Cruise that's going to be departing in 2024. And so all you have to do is put down $250, and you get to... you put down your deposit, and then you also get $250 onboard credit. They call it $250 of As You Wish credit, so you can use it however you would like on your sailing. This is really exciting news to me. Crystal had been on my list of cruise lines that someday I want to try out. And then when they had that problem with the bankruptcy and everything, I thought my chances were gone. So I think this is really exciting that we'll have this opportunity again. I know that they're a little spendier, but you know what? They're one of the cruise lines that everything is included. And I think that that is really an important thing to note, because by the time, you book your cruise and then you start paying for packages, you pay for any laundry you want done, you pay for any, it's just things really add up. And so you have to look at the total cost of your cruise when you really are comparing to some of these all-inclusive cruise lines, so that you're comparing apples to apples. So it is such a pleasure to be here with you all. I know that we're winding up 2022. 2023 looks so bright. I'm very excited to look forward to 2023 with all of you. If you haven't subscribed yet, will you please subscribe? We'd love to have you with us, and we want to have you come along on the amazing journey that we are all on together. If you appreciate these updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up, because that honestly really does help us out. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.